Hello guys, welcome. In today's video, we are going to talk about object-oriented programming in Python. So, in Python, object-oriented programming basically is a programming paradigm that uses object and classes when we write syntax of programming. So basically, OOP aims to implement the real-world application like inheritance, polymorphism, and encapsulation, etc. Alright, so basically in object-oriented programming or OOP, we make classes to maintain objects. Alright, so let's consider the basic syntax of object-oriented programming, that how can we use this programming in our syntax. Alright, now I'm going, first of all, as we discussed that we are going to make the classes and objects. So I have to use a statement called class. Class is a built-in statement in Python. It represents just like def when we are representing a function by using def keyword, just like same as class. Alright, now I'm going to name the class is called person. So I'm going to print the first and last name of a person, so by using the OOP. Now I'm going to use an integer, this initial function. So this initial function is basically takes all the objects in our classes. So the first object must be self. We usually represent the first object with always self, and then the second object is the first name, and the third object we have is the last name. Alright, so these are the objects of this function initializer, and then I'm going to assign their values, that self, first name, and then we have self dot, we have last name, right? Last name, and let's include also age, the age of the person. So I write here also age, and then we have self dot age is equals to age. Now we can access all these three values in any other function or in our screen. We can also call in our screen. So how can we how can we give the values to this initializer function, and how can we print it on the screen? Now so let's discuss that there are 2%, so there are maybe 100 or 200%. So let's take the example of 2%. So it is also scalable, that we can use so many people just to create a one class, and then we can add as many people as we want. Now the name of the class is person. Alright, and inside the person class I'm going to the first name, the last name, and then the age, and then the second person. So again in the same class, and name, the last name, so I have to use the string here, and then the age. Alright, now as you can see, I call these functions here, and the first name will be stored in replacement of the first name and the second and the third name. Now I can access anything, the first name or the last name or the age. So if I want to print p1 dot, so as I want to print the first name, so I write the name of the person, and I want to print the p2's last name, so I write here last name. Alright, as you can see, if I run this program, you can see that the first person's first name is appearing, and the second person's last name is appearing. So I can access also the age and any object from my class, just like by using this syntax. Alright, So what we have discussed right now, we have discussed that how can we use classes and how can we create objects, and we can create as many objects as we want, and it is scalable that we can use so as many users. We can integrate it directly. We don't need to change the function here. We just need to add the persons. Now let's discuss further. Now we have a practice program to create a class of laptop with objects including brand name, model and price of the laptop. So we have to create a class and include the brand, model and price of the laptop. So let's proceed it. So now, as we discussed, first I need to create a class. I name the class laptop, and now I'm going to create a function, and in this function I'm using the same initial function, and the first always is the self object, and then we have a brand. So we have brand, we have model, and we have price. All right, these three are required, right? Yes, brand, model name and price of the laptop. Now, so I have to access this value, I have to assign it into by using the self object. So we have brand, and then we have model, and then we have price. All right, these are the three required objects. Now I have to give the input. So let's take suppose that we have two laptops. So I am naming it L1. So in this, so I have to write the name of the class, and then suppose the brand is Dell laptop, and then its model is Intel, and its price is 20K. All right, and then we have the second laptop, the name of the class, and we have again suppose it this time is Apple's laptop, and Linux is the model, and its price is 19K. All right, so if I want to print the first laptop's model and the second laptop's price, so as we discussed, we can directly access it by using this print, and inside the print I just have to call the variable in which we give the value, and I can just write here the model of the first L1, and I can print L2's price. So as you can see, if I run this program, you can see that the first laptop's model and the second laptop's price is appearing at the output. So it is simple, right? Now let's proceed further. So we have the method, we have the instant and object method. So basically what is instant and object method? That we can define function. We can also use other function in class in accordance to our desire. Whatever we desire, we can do with that function. So let's discuss it, that how can we use this method. Now first suppose we have the same example, we have class and persons example. All right, in this I'm going to create the first function, same initializer, and then the first is self, and the first name I'm naming it first, last and age. All right, these are the three major objects, and same we do here. We assign value first, and then we have last name, we name it last, and then we have age. All right, these all the things are clear. Now function, so I can use the function called full name. So I can directly return the full name by we can only print the first name and the last name one by one. So I want to print the full name of the person on the screen, so I am naming this function full name. This is my desired function. and then I am just naming it self, which is the first object of this function, which includes all these first, last, and age, all the variables and all the objects stored in self. And I can directly return, but I am using the string formatting to print. So first self dot first is the first name, and we have self, I have to use these curly brackets, and then self dot last is the last name. Now it is cleared, and I just need to, suppose we have only first one person, so I am naming it the name of the class, and then I'm going to give the arguments, and then alright, I have given the required arguments, first name, last name, and age, and I can directly print it now. Print, we have p1, so I want to access the full name, so I don't want to access first, last, and end. That is why I created this desired function. Now this by using this function, I can directly call these two at one time. So I am writing here full name. Alright, so as I am using function here, which is the name of the function is full name, so I have to use these round brackets. So it is basically we are calling the function here. So as you can see, if I run this program, you can see that my first and last name is appearing at the output at the same time. So it is it. Now we can move forward. So we have another practice program. If you have any doubts, I hope that it will be cleared in this practice program. That in this program we have to create a laptop class including a function which return the discount price of the reduced actual cost. So we have it is same as this laptop class, but we now have to include the discount function to manipulate that price in a positive way. Now let's do this example. So I'm going to create a class called laptop, and in this class same, I have to use this initial function first. So the first is self, and we have a brand and model and price. Alright, so same as I should copy same things here, that we have brand and model and price. You will see. Yes, we have same things are here. Now I have to create the discount. Now I have to create a function. I'm using it, calling it discount, because I'm using it for the discount. Now I'm self is the argument, and I am using also num, so that I don't have to use self.num to access all these objects. I can directly call num here. Now I can directly to call the price. First I need to call the price to do anything with this object. So all these objects are stored or can be accessed by, all these objects can be accessed by this self object. So I'm storing it in f variable, so it should be easy. That self dot price. Alright, now I can use f here. So D is for discount, so I'm applying the discount formula here, that f should be multiplied with the num, whatever the number, and divide by 100. Alright, and then we have a discount, and this discount must be, that actual cost must be minus by the discount price. That actual cost must be minus by the discount price, and then we can directly return the discount price, the total, basically the total cost or the reduced cost after applying the discount. And then suppose we have one laptop, which I am calling it L1. First we call the name of the class, and then we can directly write here the brand, model, and then we have suppose I increase the price here, so this is the price, and then I can directly print L1 dot discount. So this is the name of my function here. So now I have to give the argument to the num. So I suppose we have the 40% discount, so I am naming it 40%. If I run this program, you can see that the cost is being reduced from 63,000 to 37,000. So what if we have this is the large discount, so what if we have the 10% discount, and if we run this program, you can see that from 63,000 it reduced to approx 56,700. all right, so you can it can also help to find the algorithms. Basically, the object-oriented programming is used for the real-world applications, as we discussed earlier. Now we have created this discount program, and then we have the class variable. Sorry about the Y. We have the class variables. So what are the class variables first? The class variables are the variables which have the fixed values. You can see that, for example, if you know about the mathematics, there are so many things which have the fixed values. Suppose the gravity of the earth, 9.8 meter per second square, and the value of the pi, which has 3.14, it is also fixed, and the value of the small e, we have the fixed value. So there are so many things. So we are using class variable to assign the fixed value, that this value cannot be changed. So we assign it before this function. We define those variables. So let's clear it with the program. Now I am going to find the circumference of the circle. Alright, so I am going to name it, the class name is circle, and to find the circumference of the circle, most of you may know that we have to use the formula 2 pi r. So we don't need to write pi again and again. We can give it the fixed value, as we know that pi has the fixed value. So I am naming the pi with 3.14. So I am defining, this is the class variable pi, and then I can define my function now. So we have same integer function, and the first argument is self, and the radius r, I need to use it to find the circumference. Now that's enough. I just need r, and I just call it by the self, so they can be accessed. Now so I need to calculate the function, so I need to calculate the circumference. So I'm going to create a function calling it calculate circumference. I'm using it CIR. So the object of this function is self, and then I am just returning that 2 needs to be multiplied with. So this is the to access the class variable pi. So 2 pi r is basically the general formula to find the circumference. So I need to use the pi. So I can use the pi by calling the circle dot pi. So because this class variable is directly defined under the class. Alright, and then I am using 2 pi, and then I need to use r. So I have to write here self dot r to access the value of the radius. Alright, that's it. And then I can suppose I have the two circles. C1 is the circle 1, and I need to use the name of the class, and then the value is 4. It is the 4 centimeter circle. And then we have the second, and I am naming it circle. It is the 10 centimeter circle. Alright, now I need to print their circumference. So I just need to call the C1 first, and then dot calculate circumference, and that's it. And I am also calling the circumference of the second circle, and that's it. Now what I need to do, I need to just run this program. You can see that the circumference is being calculated, that it is like 62.8 and it is 25.12 centimeter. If we are taking it 4 and 10 as a centimeter, then it is their circumference value. So I hope that the concept of the class variable and that how can we use these class variable is clear. Alright, now let's proceed further. So I hope you guys are learning something new. So if you guys do learn something new, please comment, and so I know that it is helpful. Now we have the third practice program to apply 10% discount. So first we were applying the 40% or 10% discount in, but now this time we have to use to apply the fixed discount by using the class variable. So now let's make this program by using this class variable. So I'm calling the class and same laptop, and in this now we have the fixed discount price. So I am naming D, which is the discount price, and name this D as 10 because we have the fixed value which is calling here is 10%, that we have to apply the 10% discount price. Alright, now and then I can define my initial function, which is the first value is self, and we have again the brand and model and price. Sorry, I should copy the same self.brand and model price from here so that I don't have to write over and over again. Alright, this is cleared, and now I have to use the discount function. So it is a bit different from the previous discount function we have created, so I'm naming it just discount right now, and same argument, we have just one argument which is self. So to access the price, I am assigning it into F, which we have done, which we are doing again, and then F should be multiplied with. So now we have to apply the discount, so we cannot directly we are not giving the discount in the argument of this discount function this time because we already defined this class variable D. So I need to use the discount by using the class name .d, so that the 10 from this laptop.d is representing the value of 10, and then it must be divided by 100, which is the formula of the discount. Alright, we are all done, and then same, we have discount, and we can minus the actual cost without the discount minus with discount. So we have the actual cost, and then we can directly simply return discount or the actual cost. Now suppose in this case we have two laptops. We have L1 laptop, so the name is suppose Dell again, Intel is the model sorry, Intel is the model, and we have price here. So again I'm going 63,000. Alright, so to save time I'll just copy it and just paste it here. So we need to just check the price here, so I am just changing the price of the second laptop. So suppose the second laptop is 55,000. Alright, now I need to print these prices here. So first L1 dot discount and the curly brackets here, and then I just need to copy and paste it and change it to L2. Alright, now let's run this. there is something we have L2 dot. So yes, basically we need to define here L2. I should write here L2 instead of L1 because L1 we already assigned to the first laptop. And if I run this program, you can see that from 63,000 it reduced into 56,700, and from 55,000 it reduced to 49,500. Now we have done this program. We applied 10% discount by using this class variable D. Yes, we just remember that we always access the class variable by using the class name and dot the name of the variable. Alright, now let's proceed. We have the third practice program to count the instances and objects in our class. So I am going to create a class called person, and then to count the instances, that how many instances we have, I am creating a class variable called count instances. And then I'm assigning it to 0, and whatever the object we will have, then we can just increment it. Alright, now I am going to define my function initializer, and then we have, suppose only the self, we have only the first object. So I'm going to use this person dot to access this instance and increment it one by one. So we need to count the users, that's how many users we have. So to understand this program, I am going to create this person 1. We have this person 1, and then we have it person 2, which is P2, and I just copy it and paste it, and again, so we have 3 person and we have 4 person. You can see that we just include 4 instances or 4 objects from our class, and then I can directly print here person dot count instances. Alright, so we don't need to write here the square brackets because it is not the function, it is the variable. So as you can see, if I run this program, you can see that there are 4 persons or the 4 objects or the 4 instances. That is why it is appearing 4. So what if I write here another P5? So as I run this program, you can see that it is now 5. So that's all about today. I hope you learned something new from this video. If you like this video, please do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe my channel for more videos. Thank you very much for watching.